New month, brand new episode. Can you imagine December 8th, 2021? And if you are new around here, welcome. This is the program designed by men with guests who are men, hosted by men. And we have a real man in the place. This is where we challenge, encourage, and empower our men. And I am Kevin Bailey, and my co host right here.
Good afternoon, Jamaica. Good afternoon, YouTube. Good afternoon to all. This is Courtney Morrison, the co-host, along with Kevin Bailey for the Mailbox. Welcome. We're going to be having a great afternoon. It's the holiday season. And today, inside the Mailbox, we are going to look at a man's wish for Jamaican men this Christmas. Can you imagine? Men look like they want something to, and not just ladies alone now. Is it that the men should be giving out? We want to see what our men want for Christmas. Is there a wish list for him? So, Kev, what we're gonna do?
Yes, I believe it's going to be very exciting. It has been a very challenging year, our last 2 years for our men, and we're expected to be leaders. We're expected to be providers and protectors and mentors and lovers. Oh my gosh, sometimes it's hard to be a man. Hard, hard, hard. But here we are, still being committed to our task. And we want to hear from some very special men in the place. We will be having a conversation with Stephen Simpson, husband of one wife for over 30 years. Amazing man of God. Father of two sons who are married and child of God. He's a minister of religion, guidance counselor, marriage officer, and a counselor, doing a tremendous work across this land and overseas. And then we have Mr. Michael Aiken, pastor, coach, king ambassador, again, a man of God, man of integrity. We have some great guests in the place. Greetings, welcome, gentlemen. Are you here? Sir Stephen.
Bless up, bless up, bless up. Good
Welcome,
afternoon, good
welcome to
afternoon.
the mailbox.
Thank you.
Great to have you. Sir Michael, welcome, welcome.
Thank you indeed, sir. I hope you're hearing me clearly.
Yes, we're
It's great
hearing you.
having you both, gentlemen. It's great having you both. And we're looking forward in the show to hear from you two young men, as to what it is over the years you have expected. What do you think some of our men will be expecting? But Kevin, I can indeed signal that the festive season has started. I was up on the Elsha Hill today with a group of persons, Joy and Winston and Lorraine and, oh God, man. And we are having such a vibrant discussion on our men. And just as you said, the expectations of our men and what we are expected to do, to provide to. And today's show is just going to go down another road that we wanted to hear. I want to thank Joy and the whole team for the food. Andrea and Mr. Miller. No, Kevin, you wouldn't like to know. You see my face look fatter? It's just because of the food I get on the hill today. These guys were great. Good time. We spent the day up there in the
Wonderful.
presence of so many others. And so it has been an excellent day. And so we too are looking forward for this evening, this afternoon to be an excellent time. Man oh man, remember we want to hear from you. We're live on Facebook and YouTube at Love 101 FM Jamaica. You can leave your comments via our WhatsApp line at 876-997-3125. Women, remember, sure, we're loving all heaping up, but it's the men who reserve the calling in for. And you can leave us a message via WhatsApp, Facebook, or YouTube. Females, remember, no calls or voice notes allowed. That's for our men. Bless you.
I tell you, it's gonna be a great time when men get together. Some tremendous things can happen, and especially when we have men of integrity, as we have on this program. So don't move a muscle. Those of you who have muscle, I guess every one of us have some muscles, right? So don't you move a muscle. We take a break and we'll be right back to hear what these men would wish for other men and for other people during this Christmas season. So the man them in the place. This is the mailbox. We take a break. We'll be right back after this.
Yes, strong man, integrity man. I am a man. Hey man, I am a man. I am a man. When it comes to your Digicel data, if you love more, you're going to love this. This Christmas, get more data and more value for the same price with Digicel Postpaid Prime Bundles. Whether you're a Digicel Prime Start, Prime Core, or Prime Plus customer, you'll get 3 times more gigs. Plus, we're adding YouTube data as a bonus. So, for the love of more, visit Digicel Jamaica eStore and sign up or upgrade your Postpaid Prime Bundle and get more with Digicel this Christmas.
Jamaica and its workforce are advancing quickly. Life-changing opportunities are arising. You need training and support. We are the Renewed Heart NSTA Trust, committed to providing new and emerging skills training and opportunities. Come to Heart. We'll help you claim your place in the workforce of the future.
Life comes at you fast and it can hit hard. Apply for the Credit Union Prepaid MasterCard from CNWJ with chip and PIN protection. Need a card with a personal line of credit for emergencies? We have that. Need a card you can use to shop online for that must-have item? We have that. The community and workers of Jamaica Prepaid MasterCard. All the convenience of a MasterCard. Discover the benefits of belonging.
Yo, what's your new Wi-Fi password? Just scan the code. Yo, your net a move fast. You mean fiber fast with Flow? I upgraded and can stream class, video call mommy, and surf online with ease now.
With over $200 million invested over the past 3 years, Flow continues to improve access to the internet island-wide. Over 240 communities got connected to the FiberFast experience in 2021 with more to come. Join the Flow family to stay connected to your progress on Jamaica's largest network.
Stakeholders, items exported temporarily for repairs or for commercial use must first be registered with the Jamaica Customs Agency using an electronic customs declaration EX2 completed by a customs approved agent. Re-imported items which are upgraded, altered, or replaced may attract a customs duty. For customs related matters, you may email public.relations@jca.gov.jm or telephone 876-922-51408. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
Integrity man, I am a man. Hey man, I am a man, I am a man, I am a man. Yes, strong man, integrity man, I am a man. Man, I am.
Welcome back to the mailbox. Yes, we are live right here on Love 101 FM. I'm Kevin Bailey, my co-host. Right here, Courtney Morrison in the place. And today, inside the mailbox, we're zooming in on a man's wish for Jamaican men this Christmas. Really want to spend some time hearing from the men's perspective, their wish for other men, for themselves, and how the man thing go. But you know, Courtney, I think we have to shout out the man them, you know. I think we need to shout out for the man them. So, what do you say?
It's always good shouting out to the men. Men, we want for big enough. We continue to big you up, empower, encourage. So after 3, we're going to give you a loudest shout out. And if you want to shout back so we can hear you all across the nation from Nigel Point to Moran Point. Just shout out with us. After 3, 2, 3, Mandela! Yes, man. Yes. If you shout out with us, it is something that we want. And we'll continue. Kevin, I don't know. How was your weekend? How was this week leading up to today?
Well, I'd say a very good weekend, although some troubling stuff. Just hearing, the death of the teacher in St. Elizabeth there was really just painful and horrible. Our condolences and prayers to her family and friends and community. And it just kind of reawaken and the fact that we will have to do something about this, Courtney, and I'm saying we. I have to own responsibility because we have behaved our way into this and we can behave our way out of it. So I think especially men of the church. I think we have to kind of own some stuff now and do some things differently. And I think we should start with a conversation, because there's no way that we can have so many good people in the land and allow murderers and criminals and people to take it over as if it belongs to them. And so those are the things, kind of disconcerting. But I know you have had a great weekend too. So congratulations to you. Your son got married and stuff and all of that, Courtney. So congrats to you and Karen and the whole family. Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. And indeed, Kyle, John, and Camille, wherever you are, the C. Morrisons continue. We call it the Morrison matrimony, as the Karen, and Karen, myself, Crystal, Candice, Camelia, CJ, all starts with C. And CJ, Kyle John, got married to Camille, whose name begins with a C. And so the C. Morrison's trend continue. It's just so fascinating to see that happening. And I also want to give a shout out today to Carl and Maureen Downer, Carl is the twin brother of Karen. Today is their 31st wedding anniversary. Wow. And so big up to Uno, Carl and Maureen. Yeah. Their son Dominic is here, who was overseas, and he really helped. But I also want to continue to big up some of them people up on the hill, like Lady Barbara today. She makes some of the best fried dumpling. Kevin, man, no, we can't stop talking about it earlier today. I feel so full and excited that today's show is like my wish already fulfilled. My Christmas wish already fulfilled. But we want to, it's also disconcerting, the death of that little 6-year-old girl.
Yes.
We hear it was an accidental death. Any death of that nature, whether accidental or deliberate, is also something that is of concern to us. And as such, we really need to take stock and see how we're going to be moving forward. It's really horrific. And as we come to the end of the year where we should be celebrating, we are still mourning the loss of so many, so unfortunate. But listeners, remember, you can hit us up on the Love 101 YouTube channel and Facebook page. We're live currently. And Kev, it is now time, you see, as we go, because we know time will catch up with us. For the segment we do, draft, I use it as an acronym that says direct response for the featured theme, where we preliminarily open the way for our main segment. And we want both Reverend Luke Simpson and Pastor Michael Aiken to tell us a little bit about themselves and what does manhood mean to you. We want, do men care much about Christmas and the meaning of it? What does Christmas mean to you and for you? So we want to hear a little bit about your background and what does manhood mean to you, and do you think men care about Christmas and what's the meaning of it? Sir Simpson, you seem to be ready. Let's go.
Yes, bless up to Sir Kevin and Sir Courtney, and to the listeners. It's a pleasure to be here this afternoon. And Christmas, one of the Christmas, I have some wishes for us as men and for Jamaica in general. One of the wish I have, the box is like for a Vibes Cartel, a Beanie Man, a Bounty Killer, a Elephant Man, that these guys really step forward and demonstrate, boy, what it is to be a real man. These guys are leaders and so many followers. And if these men ever step forward and start to do the right thing and the positive things, what an impact it would create on this society. So I will tell you that, these 4 men in particular have been on my prayer list for a while, praying that these men would really, come to the senses and to the reality, because they are leaders, and what they are doing is not what Father intends for them to do, but for them to come on the right side and start to deal with it properly. So that's one of the things that I've been praying for over the years, for these men who have the influence, and what they're doing is not what Father intends for them to do, and for them to put us forward and come on the scene and deal with the right thing. That is something that I've been praying for over the years, that these men will step forward. because I have learned to say that you see these men, we mustn't kill them and cuss them and write them off. It's just that the devil blind them eyes and them not seeing the real thing. And any day Father catch them like how Father catch them with a Saul turned Paul. What a difference it would make in this society. That these guys who, when I see how vibes start the bleaching, and an entire nation, as it were, take on this bleaching. When I hear a man bust a tune and say, no number two, that even the national football side don't want to put number two on, on them jersey. It just goes to show the influence that these men have on the society, and in particular the males in the society. And so one of my wishes that, that these men, that there would be their conversion would come to fore, and that they would be the examples that God intended them for, to be.
Brother Simpson. No, we're gonna go some more into that. But I know personally you have been in the trenches for years and doing a fantastic work in impacting men and women, but I know a passion for men as well. Can you give us an idea, just a little bit about your own background? Where were you born, and the influence that you had that up to conversion? Just a little bit about that, and why is it that manhood is so important to you? What about that?
Well, I'm a country bumpkin. I come from Manchester.
Yeah.
Come from a place we call Coley Mountain, near to Mile Gully in Manchester. My father was a pastor.
Wow.
Four of us as boys in the family. We left Manchester when I was around 5 years old. My father was called to the pastorate in Firehouse, Waterhouse, Olympic Gardens, and that's where I grew up in my formative year in Olympic Gardens. And let me tell you, that man, Dudley Arnold Simpson, my father, created a tremendous impression on my life up to today. Because growing up in the Olympic Gardens, especially in the late 70s and early 80s, it was violence was just the norm of the day in Olympic Gardens. And we encountered, my mother and father, some persons call them socialists because, my mother, we used to walk the gully bank, knock on the zinc fence, and go into people's lives and to see what we could do under God to change their lives. And so we grew up in Olympic Gardens with my father and mother, but my father in particular being a tremendous role model to me. And in that community, with the gun being rampant, I remember when I was 15 years old, during the political violence between the PNP and the JLP, our house was situated right at the corner of Australia Road and Olympic Way. It was we were on the borderline.
Yes,
And
you are.
yeah, man. And I remember when going to that bus them time, the man, it come like a daylight in the night. And
Wow.
them used to have one gun them call what that. And when that gun the bus, them used to push it in a
Yes.
wheelbarrow. And when that gun the bus, the whole place coming like daylight, and the whole place hear that bomb as it were. And so we grew up in some difficult times in the Olympic Gardens. Um, our parents never have it. My father pastor, pastor thinks that already. But I never knew I was poor because we grew up on mattress. I never have no bed at that time. Mattress
Uh,
on the floor. But nobody knew, how we grew up because people thought that we were well off and thought that my parents were rich because everybody who come to that house never left empty-handed, always get something. And my family was a giving person, especially my mother. She just gave and gave. And so growing up in the Olympic Gardens, I remember when I was 15, Kevin and Courtney, somebody from McKinley Crescent offered me a gun, a brand new, you know, Magnum silver. I never forget it, a
wow.
.57 Magnum. And him say, Lukey, I'm come bust some gun.
Bro.
Yeah, man, me I tell you, man. And him say, look, you hold on upon the gun here. I know hold the gun in him, I tell you, the gun feel nice, me not tell no lie. And him,
Mm.
and him say, look, you bust two shots. And me say, I'm hold the gun. And I'm tell them, say, no, no, and I me this, and my purpose this. And
Wow.
I gave them back the gun, and them say, respect Lukey.
Mm.
And but my father and the home influence, the Christian influence, was a tremendous one for me. I was exposed to the violence, exposed to girls, whole heap of things. But again, my father influence on my life, tremendous. Couldn't trade it. In 30 seconds, I remember growing up when I was leaving the house. I would get
Mhm.
a kiss from my father leaving the house.
Wow.
Coming in, a kiss from my father. All of us as four boys, we grew up with a father who just love us, hug up, kiss up. When I was 21, 22, going to work, a kiss leaving the house, a kiss coming home. And we have a bond between us as men, as boys, brothers, and our father. Tremendous. I wouldn't trade that for anything in the world. So anywhere we meet as brothers right now, we hug up and kiss. It no matter
Ah.
where we're there, and we know who
Wow.
we are. I
Yes.
remember a story. I was at Monroe's, a guidance counselor, quickly, and my brother came to look for me, and we hug and kiss, and them say, "Sir, how was that?" Because them never see man greet like this. I'm my brother that, and I saw we live,
Yes.
I saw we par, I saw we move. So my father had a tremendous impact on me. And quickly, when I was 18 years old, gentlemen, two persons, a young lady was 18 years old, and she had 5 children for 5 different men. And when I
Wow.
saw that young lady and how her life was just messed up, uh, when she came to us and was talking to us, when she shared her story, that was a life changing impact on my life that led the call of God on my life for ministry. And so I give God thanks for my father influence on my life and for my friends and support in the Olympic Gardens.
Wow.
Wow, what a story! What a story!
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's interesting, and I'm hoping that our young men are listening. Is Pastor Michael Aiken with us? Good afternoon, sir. We want to hear a little bit into your background. We just heard from Sir Stephen Simpson.
I'm not sure if you're hearing me. You hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Well, I tell you, my background has some similarities to certain there. An influential and impacting father. I'm the son of a pastor, minister of religion, too, a former civil
Wow.
servant who came to know who God is and what God requires of him. And he simply took that revelation and left the civil service and became a pastor, moved his family out to Portland. I was born in Jamaica, born in Kingston, sorry, but moved out to Portland uh, at about 6 months or so with my dad and mom. So I'm a country
Mhm.
boy like Sir Simpson too. Born and not born but bred, and of course, unashamedly a countryman.
Yes.
So, of course, to my father, I consider him perhaps the greatest male influencer on my life in this
Mm.
modern time. In fact, when I was at university, I was asked to, all of us students were asked to write down 5 persons who had the greatest influence on humanity in the past century. And my 5 were Yeshua the Christ, Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, Michael Manley, and Dr. Noeli Aiken. Of course, the professor knew 4 and asked me, "Who is Dr. Aiken?" I said, "That's my father, sir." And he found it astounding that a son would have that kind of relationship that he would with a father, that he would put him in the top 5
Mhm.
of males who were an influence in the past century. But my dad was that kind of person for me, a real thinker and a real doer and a gentleman who always ensured that what he said and did reflected his clear understanding of what God wants him to say and God wants him to do. I remember asking my father, how I never hear you in an argument in all these meetings that I would accompany you to? And his simple response was when I go to a meeting, present the. So when there's argument, I must bring God's favor, God's grace, God's compassion. I mustn't be caught up in it. I found that astounding as a young male, that a man would actually set out to ensure in a meeting. And I wasn't talking about religious meetings, you know. He was a community advocate. Besides being a pastor, he would be called on to attend community meetings and other government type things like that. So I was really impacted. He did, which of course means that if you are that kind of person, you better know who God is and know how God would talk, know God's way. So similar background as Sir Simpson in that regard. And I tell you, Sir Courtney, you're right. I mean, if our men can understand how much they can influence, especially their children, and of course, not just theirs, but others in the community, especially boys, reach out, man, and touch a hand and make a change if you can, is really something that I think all of us as men should attempt to do, even if you don't have children. Try reach out to somebody, especially a male. Dad's influence has for a large degree formed that kind of mantra in my life and my own way of living right now in terms of wanting to be God's agent of change in my community.
Thank you so much, Pastor.
I don't know if I've lost you all. You're still there?
Yes, we're here. We're gonna come back.
Like
we're gonna come back to you as well. Yeah, we're very excited, very encouraged, you know, with what and look at it, you know, both sons of pastors, amazing,
and both pastors.
Yes, and both pastors, and they
right, hearing you again.
They have been influenced by their father. That is really something just great, and we want to encourage our boys to men who are listening. But just about now, I believe we're gonna have a time signal, and so we want to take a break. This is the Mailbox on Love 101 FM, and this is where we challenge, encourage, and empower our men. So we're gonna take a break, and then we'll be right back after this.
Yes, strong man, integrity man. I am a man. Hey man, I am a man.
Your rundown and fried dumpling tastes extra nice. It's New Pack coconut oil you use.
You mean New Pack everything? I use New Pack coconut milk powder and then new seasonings in the rundown. Them all start sell flour. It's that and the coconut oil sweet up the dumpling.
New Pack have more products?
Yes, child. And you know New Pack are my brand from a long time.
True. You always talk about the quality and affordability.
Create something special with New Pack. New Pack, more than just value.
Make an impact on your career. Earn real money. Get 3 to 4 local and international certification in practical nursing and early childhood education with free CXC or CAPE subjects in 6 to 12 months at Distinction College, located at 26 Hagley Park Road, Kingston, 6 Nugent Street, Spanish Town, and Ocho Rios. Earn global certificates in 3 months in geriatric nursing, phlebotomy, childcare. We have the lowest school fees around. Classes begin very soon. Call us 356-4167.
This Christmas, Hope Rocks has got something real special for you. It's going to be loads of fun. Saturday, December 18, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Don't miss a Zoom party pre-show with DJ Rebirth. Sign up to be a part of the Zoom party pre-show. Love 101 staff members will be on show. Guest artists and performers, live band, and lots of prizes and surprises. Hope Rocks. Christmas 101. Come home. Saturday, December 18, beginning at 5 p.m. Oh, it's going to be a whole heap of fun. You can't afford to miss it.
Welcome back. Welcome back. You're listening to the Mailbox live on Love 101. We're live on YouTube and Facebook. And so we want you to remember that, and we want you to tune in precisely on those pages. Today, we're talking to Stephen Simpson, the Reverend Stephen Luke Simpson, and Pastor Michael Aiken, who lives out there and resides in Buff Bay. And we're looking at a man's wish for Jamaican men this Christmas. Is he looking for roast bread fruit? Is he looking for some jackfruit? What is he wishing would be on his list? Are those gadgets? Are those socks, ties? What does a man really want? And what would be some of those things on their wish list? And what do they think our men really want for this Yuletide festive season? And so we have them both with us, both our husbands and fathers, well, both our husbands. And so, Pastor Michael Aiken, if you could, I know you were part of a program about helping to transform our nation. Tell us a bit about how that transformation process works and is working, and especially in light of wanting to see what we'd like for our men. We heard Pastor Simpson talking about the wish for 4 of our leading artists for a change in their life. We want to hear from you what those would be. I know it is Honorable Lieutenant Stitchy, otherwise just called Stitchy, has a song. He says, fast and pray now, we're going to fast and pray. More for say bounty killer and everybody elephant man. And so he has been doing that for quite some time. We want to hear from you, Pastor Aiken, part of a transformation program here in the nation. What wish list you have for some of our men in Jamaica?
My brother, well, first I must join with Sir Simpson in that wish list for the opinion leaders in our country here. Those are our musicians, because of course they sing songs that influence the thinking of those who listen. So I'm saying amen, amen to what he must say, because that must come to pass indeed. And then of course, from a national perspective, it is my heart's desire, and yours too, I know, to see the transformation, especially of our males in this Jamaica land we love. But you know, we're all affected systemically. So the first thing I want to see, my Christmas wish list for my nation, not for myself. Let me follow the mantra that says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and my things will be added. So what I want to see for my nation is every single person treated like a first-class citizen. Now, let me explain that real quickly. We all respond to how we are treated. In fact, some people will go as far as saying they won't respect anybody unless they are respected. I don't agree with that, because I think respect is a character trait, but it does let you realize that many of us respond or react to how we feel treated by someone else. And of course, here we are in a nation where we treat each other based on who we think they are. Not based on who made them, but based on who we think they are. So Pastor Courtney will get good treatment at a ministry office because he has the title pastor before his name. But if him just go to in him locks alone and not looking pastoral, he will get a whole different treatment if them don't know him. So which means they're not treating Pastor Courtney respectfully because he is Courtney, designed by an almighty creator God. But because them say, the pastor man there from over Portmore with the church. Wrong way to look at things. No, man. We should treat people as first-class citizens. And I put it like that because we all know what it's like to be treated in a manner that we call first class, IP. All of us treat each other that, regardless of who we are and what our title is. That's the first thing on my wish list. And I do believe if we can achieve that, then we will see less negative behavior, especially from some of our men. Because here's what I've discovered working on the ground, my boots on the ground, so to speak. Some of the males who take up gun, Pastor Courtney and Kevin, them take it up because they will power. So them get the opportunity to get a gun, to do a thing, to feel like them belong and feel like they're powerful. Now, the temptation will be less, to use that gun and to take it up if we can just empower our males. And that empowerment begins with how we recognize and relate to them. Them are God's creation first. Give them VIP treatment when they come to your churches. For the pastors listening, treat them the same way you would treat a politician or a top businessman who you put on the front bench. But put the young boy down on the back bench because you say, oh, that's one of the gunman. That's one of the gunman from my area. Not realizing that maybe the businessman or politician you put at the front bench, the gun. So are they different really? I hope I'm not stepping on anybody's toes. Then the second thing, every citizen, everybody in Jamaica, a producer for the national economy, a valued contributor for the national economy. Here's why I say that. Because if we could get our males in particular, waking up every day saying, I am going to make something, I'm going to produce something for my economy, then of course, we're going to have a strong economy. The Chinese have proven this to us. I mean, ensuring that production is not just for self, of course, although we need to do that first of all, but producing enough of whatever it is that our market is, whether it's our coffee and our agro products, or whether it's our tourism, our goods and services. We need to get our people, our males in particular, thinking, let me get up and contribute something to my... I sit in my area of the world, sit down under almond tree playing domino from 8 o'clock in the morning, all day for the national economy, wondering and wishing, of course, to go. If you call some of them right now, they'll tell you, my wish list is to get a visa to go America. No, man. If you produce enough, down here will be better than America. Then last but not least, my transformational wish list for my nation is every citizen a peacemaker. We are too given to crime and violence. We need people who keep peace. I mean, even Christians are not peacemakers, and yet we have a mantra: as much as it lies within you, be at peace with all. But yet, if my good friend and brother Courtney trouble me and I'm ready to take him on, even though I'm a brethren. I mean, you realize we're in a country where the news just reported that 2 grandchildren had a fight and one of them stabbed and killed them grandmother. That is an issue that as a church we have got to help our people to understand. Seek peace in everything. Don't aggravate situations as things that turns away wrath. Our people need to
We seem to have lost Pastor Aiken there a bit.
You have to
He's
kill
traveling.
him.
Okay. You're breaking up considerably. I think it's because you're traveling. But if we can hear you, a producer, a peacemaker, our men to be those things. I'm trying to remember number 1, Kevin, but I remember number 2 and number 3. Peacemaker is number 3, 2 producer, and the first one he said was, I'm trying to remember what Pete was. Yeah. We're up there in age. Memory not working so well, but
Yes.
we're hoping you are listening in. And we have a couple of
Uh,
WhatsApp messages. You just heard from Pastor Michael Aiken. He says, "Big up Pastor Luke Stevenson, Luke Simpson." Where did I say Stevenson? Pastor Stephen Luke
Stevenson, Luke.
Simpson, a diligent man of God from Yuan and Shanika Ricketts. Also, Jacqueline from Clarendon said, very good comment about his father. I wish if other men could talk about their father like that. And so it's quite interesting what we are hearing here. And Kev?
Yes, no, definitely. And we do have some comments, and I wonder if we want to take those. Rosemary Bennett says, well said, Pastor Aiken. Yeah. Ralph Angel in the house. Just checked my mailbox and found out my favorite program is going on. Large love from Atlanta, Georgia. Big up the mailbox. Interesting topic. Cannot speak of the other homies, but I can speak for myself. My wish for the Christmas holiday season is for COVID to be gone, things to return back to normal. Also, another wish for me and my family for a road trip to another state, maybe Detroit. Just hope the winter doesn't get any colder. That's my wish. Big up the mailbox. More prosperity. We pray and trust and wish all the very best for you. Thank you so much for your comment as well. Really appreciate
Imagine,
that.
Kevin, we have big fans all the way in Atlanta. Oh my goodness. Oh,
that is it indeed. We have a favorite folder, and we really want to get the comments from our gentlemen. Yeah,
that was
we
Venris
love
Clark.
them.
Can we see that comment again from Venris? What Venris was saying?
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Woman there. There we go. Venris, thank you very much.
Bless you. We love the women, and we really appreciate them. They're always encouraging, praying for us, and encouraging the man them to listen up. So really appreciate that. So, favorite folder. Men who can't remember the anniversary or birthday of their wives. And gentlemen, we want you to give a perspective on this. Do you think it's a sign that he doesn't care, or he doesn't love his wife, or is just not his strength? You have some husbands who can't remember the anniversary date nor the wife's birthday. Sir Luke Simpson and Pastor Aiken need your comment here. Who's gonna come first, brother Simpson?
You mean the birthday and anniversaries?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you. Well, I have never forgotten mine, and I have two boys, and they help remind me. But I have it on my phone as a reminder not to forget the anniversary and the birthday. But I am learning, and I have learned that not just to look at anniversary or birthdays, but try to treat my lady, my special lady, my lover, my friend, my wife, to look after her right through the year. The special day is good, but sometimes if we treat them well throughout the year, if you miss the anniversary, it might not too bad because it is the norm to treat me. So if you miss a day, I can forgive him. But the idea is that I think it happens with individuals and also in churches that we are seasonal people. We think of things as seasonal, love seasonal. Love comes when it is Valentine's Day. Love to treat my spouse, especially when it's anniversary or birthday, even though that is good. But I want to encourage us to treat each other, not just seasonal, because anybody can do a seasonal thing, Anybody do that, and many people do that. But most time it's not genuine because that day is just when I look after you. So I have learned where I want to treat my wife well, to look after her, to cook for her. Mark, I need to do more, but I'm learning to do more as time goes by. But I think it's important to not to forget it, because our spouse, our wives, I know for my wife, I know I would not be where I am today had it not been for her beside me and with me. She's a
Yes.
tremendous source of help and encouragement and motivation. And she literally pushes me. So I thank God for her. Big up my wife any day, every day.
Bless you, Pastor
Definitely.
Simpson. Sir Aiken, you, men who can't remember his anniversary, his wife's anniversary or birth date. Come on, we want here. Do you think it's a sign that he doesn't care, or he just don't love his wife, not his strength? Do you depend on your memory, or do you do like Pastor Simpson? Have it in your phone. Alarm goes off. If your phone ever goes missing, you're dead out of the water. We want what's your thought on this one, Pastor Aiken? We seem to have lost Pastor Aiken there.
Yeah, yes. So Courtney, so a man said, he just forgot it once, and then after that, he never forget it again. Just 1 year, he forgot, and after that, he'll never forget it again. I'm not sure what the wife said, but it stuck. And learning took place. I just reflected. It sounds funny, and I don't know if you saw this cartoon with Mary and Joseph traveling, and Mary is on the donkey's back, and they reach to try to get a room in the inn, and Joseph said, Mary, oh my gosh, I forgot to book the room in the inn. And Mary not saying a word, and he says, Mary dear, Mary. And that was the beginning of Silent Night. That's how they wrote the song.
Oh my God.
Silent treatment. So is Pastor Aiken with us? Right.
He seems to have a terrible
Perspective
connection.
on
He's
this one.
driving, and so he's out of there for a minute.
Yeah.
But it's something that we must take care in noting our spouse's anniversary and date. It does show semblance of caring. It does also makes good that we love the individual. That is a significant date for us and for our spouse.
Definitely. So I want to know, both pastors spoke about their wishes and some other things that they really want to see happen among our men. And I just wanted them to kind of share, gentlemen, how are we going to change this narrative? And especially being men of the church, are there some other things that we need to be doing? Because if we keep doing the same things, we're going to get the same results. How do we reach closer to get these influencers, our singers or producers of music to change? What can we do differently? Or we're going to get them to contribute to the productivity, to find something creatively, legitimately to do, like employment, or we're going to get those jobs and to channel them into what can we do and say and differently in order to get the results that we really need, and especially if the church needs to play a crucial role, what would we be doing differently then in the church? Would love to get ideas from our pastors as we look at their own wish list for the Christmas. Sir Luke Simpson.
Let me tell you, we in the church have to do things differently. And one of the verses that comes to mind is that when God wanted to reach man, God draw near. The word became flesh and dwelt amongst us. And we saw him, we beheld his glory, and we saw him, we handled him, he was with us. And therefore, Jesus identified with man, with us. And as a result of that, man could draw near to God because man, sister boy, God for them. God is for us. God love we. God care for we. God walk with we. God is there to help us. I think as a church, we have to do things differently. You know, people say we have to think outside of the box. Hearing me? Okay. Yes, we have to think outside of the box. And even where I worship now, that one of the themes we had for this year is real alignment with God and community. And it is saying that when we get in touch with God, we must get in line with community. So some things that we have been doing is on a Saturday morning where the footballers play football, I am there with them. We are there with them. Share some refreshments with them, share the word with them, reason with them, talk to them about the football. I'm a football fan. Liverpool is the best club. Easy now, Courtney. And and so we hold a reason with them, and we show them, say, boy, even though we are with the church, but we are man just like you, but God has helped us to make a decision, a choice. And so we can play the football, we can drink a Malta, and we can hold a reason and taking the church to where the men are. And so right now we have upcoming where we are contemplating on a Sunday morning to close the church and to carry the church on the football field. All the members come in, men and women, and watch the guys them play the football, cheer them on, have the water, the refreshments for them. When the game is done, we share some food with them and share the word with them and make the man them know that we're there for them. Because many of us, we have disconnected with our youth and we curse them wicked, them vile, them vicious. You know, them now go nowhere. The boy them on the corner, I dig out them hand meagle. So we draw near to them. We invite them to play dominoes with us, drop 2 6 love on them, and share the gospel with them, share some food with them, you know, go on the corner with them. Sometimes I'm on the corner with them for hours. I hope my wife not listening. Hours, play domino with them, buy them a drink, and I share the word. And sometimes not even sharing the word verbally, but just with my lifestyle, listening to them, talking to them. You know, these young men whom I'm talking with, hearing them stories, hear their own dilemma, and just sharing with them that, listen to me, God has an interest in your life. And just rub shoulders with them. Sometimes the ganja smoke catch me, sometimes the cigarette catch me. But after the thing said, you know, Jesus, when Jesus walked on the earth here, the tax collector, the prostitute perfume catch him, you know. So we have to rub shoulders with the man then. So the church budget have to change, Courtney and Kevin. Church, it have to change.
So we the pastors have to do that.
Yes, yes, Courtney. The church budget have to change where money have to spend now on the things we manage a football side, invest in our football side. Because at 22 man that, you know, and how many are in the church?
That's so true. May I bring in Pastor Aiken here, because he managed a male football team down in Buffalo. I don't know if he's there, but he managed a male football team. If I'm not mistaken, it may have been St. George's, as in the premier club down there in Buffalo. Do we have him on? As you speak about that transformational thing, we're looking even at our Manning Cup schoolboy things where 2 teams have been pushed out of the competition due to ineligibility, and it's not any fault of the boys, and they are going to be needing counseling, especially the Camperdown boys, who thought that they had a strong chance at it. How do we, when we have failed our youngsters and we have a boy crisis on our hand, Pastor Simpson, tell us, how do we help these boys? Or Pastor Aiken, how do we help these boys? Michael, I don't know if you heard the question. I knew you were in charge of male football club down there in Buff Bay. I think it was St. George's. How do we help in the transformation of our boys to men? The crisis that we are in when we have failed them, like what we have seen is happening in the Manning Cup, where the boys who had no part to play are the ones who are suffering at the hand of a decision that puts them out of the competition. Who's going to counsel them? Who's going to talk to them about fairness? What do we do? You're either on mute, Pastor Aiken. We're not hearing any sound from you. We're not hearing you at all. That means like you might have to sign out and sign back in for that to happen. We're not hearing you. Pastor Simpson, until he is able to correct that technical difficulties, and we only have 2 minutes actually.
Wow.
Yeah. What do we do to help our boys? Boys are in crisis.
Kevin, Courtney, again, we have to start from early. I'm involved in football heavily. I love football, and I use football as ministry. So I start from the under 14s, where I have 22 under 14 boys who play football with them, coach them, on a Sunday, on a weekend, take them to church, and after church, buy them a food, hold a reason with them. I have my vehicle, 18 youth, under 14 youths in my vehicle, going to church. And after that, build relationship with these youths, because they don't have a father. And it's costly, it costs money, it costs time. But let me tell you, working with these under 14 and then carry them through under 15 and carry them up into Manning Cup, there's no sweeter joy to see a youth who never have a future. I remember one youth, Kevin and Courtney, the man tell me they was going to kick him from school, and I begged the principal for him. When he started to tell me his story, he said, "Sir, my lunch in my lunch kit, I was carrying a gun for my father, and after school, I go pick up the ransom money at the shop." He said, "Sir, in my father closet, his gun hung up and a clothes hung up in the closet, a gun in my closet." And him said, "Sir, my future just dark, and all them want me to do, I forgot fire the gun." And let me tell you, man, when I see that the youth, the life transform, Kevin and Courtney, that youth end up with 6 CXC and him fly out. Listen, man, I give God thanks for for the transformation. But it's costly. It will cost us money. It will cost us time. The program have to shift. It can't be business as usual. The program, Kevin and Courtney, in the church have to shift so we can meet the youth of our young men.
Yes, we have about 10 seconds left. I was hoping Pastor Aiken could have at least come in on the back end here, but he seems still not be on. Kevin, our wish list. Reverend Stevens Simpson is asking for some of our male leaders in the arena of music to become one of those lead roles and influencers. Pastor Aiken asks for our men to be producers and peacemakers. I'm hoping our ears are opened and we will ensure that some of these wish lists for the Christmas will become a reality. Kev?
Yes, well, it's now time. Just want to say thanks to our producer, Tony K. Bromfield, to Timoy Butler for technical support, and to our guests, those who are listening, giving us their feedback. Our special guests there, Stephen Simpson and Michael Aiken. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Time ran very fast because it was such good. May have to do it again and again, Courtney.
Bless up, bless up.
This was the program designed for men with guests who are men, hosted by yours truly, Courtney Morrison and
Kevin Bailey. Yes, so catch you next week, same place, same inside the mailbox on Love 101 FM. So what was it, Courtney?
Next week, Monday. Blessings. Have a great evening.
Man, I am a man. man, I am a man, I am a man, yes. Strong man, integrity man, I am a man.
Thank you for listening to the Mailbox on Love 101 FM Family Radio.